109 years old, Robert Marchand wasn't just alive, he was setting world records. While most centenarians are slowing down, dealing with memory lapses and confined to wheelchairs, Robert was lacing up his shoes, strapping on a bike helmet and cycling laps around athletes 70 years younger than him. At 107, he cycled more than 22 kilometres in 1 hour. That's nearly 14 miles. Think about that. That's a distance many of us don't even drive in a week, let alone bike. And Robert did it without fanfare, without a fancy sports drink, and without needing a nap afterward. Now here's the crazy part. He wasn't born with elite genes. He didn't spend thousands of dollars on supplements. He didn't have a celebrity personal trainer or access to cutting-edge medical tech. He lived a simple life, made a few powerful choices and stuck to them, especially when it came to what he refused to eat. And one of those foods? You probably had it this morning. Let's break down the real secrets to Robert Marchand's incredible health, strength and longevity. Starting with the man himself. Who was Robert Marchand, the man who outrode time? Robert Marchand was born in 1911 in Amiens, France. Let that year sink in. It was a time when the Titanic still hadn't sunk, the First World War hadn't begun, and cars were still rare. Most people alive today weren't even born until decades after Robert had already lived a full adult life. He lived through 2 world wars, survived the Great Depression, watched the first man land on the moon, and saw technology evolve from horse-drawn carriages to smartphones. He worked as a firefighter, a gardener, a wine barrel maker, and even served in the French military. He wasn't rich or famous, just a regular man, navigating a very irregular century. But something remarkable happened, not when he was 20 or 40 or even 60, but when he was 67 years old. That's when Robert discovered a passion that would define the last 4 decades of his life: cycling. And not just leisurely Sunday rides in the park. Robert dove into serious high-intensity cycling, the kind that pushes your lungs to the limit and leaves your legs trembling. By his 80s, he was riding 100 kilometres a day. By his 90s, he was still outpacing men half his age. And by his hundreds, he was breaking world records. The unbelievable feats. After 100, let's talk numbers, because what Robert achieved after the age of 100 sounds more like science fiction than reality. At 105, he cycled 22.5 kilometres in 1 hour in a velodrome near Paris. That wasn't just impressive, it was unprecedented. No one in his age category had ever done it. In fact, his feat was so unique that the UCI, Union Cycliste Internationale, had to create a new category just for him. 105 years and older. At 106, his doctors urged him to stop. They said, "You've already proven your point. You've earned your rest." He smiled, got on his stationary bike and rode for 1 hour every single day anyway. His VO2 max, a clinical measurement of how efficiently your body uses oxygen, was the equivalent of a fit 55-year-old man at 106 years old. Scientists were baffled. Doctors ran tests, assuming they'd find some genetic miracle. But what they found was something far simpler and far more powerful. The one thing he did every single day. There was one non-negotiable in Robert's life: movement. No matter the weather, the aches or the fatigue, he rode his bike. If it rained, he rode indoors. If it snowed, he pedaled on a stationary bike in his living room. He didn't wait for motivation. He didn't bargain with excuses. He had a routine and he stuck to it like clockwork. And it wasn't just movement. Robert followed a strict sleep schedule: bed by 9 p.m, awake by 6 a.m. No late nights, no social media, he didn't even own a smartphone, and no screens before bed. That rhythm, movement, rest, repeat, wasn't just good for his body. It kept his mind razor sharp, even into his hundreds. Let me ask you something. If a 109-year-old man could ride a bicycle farther than most 30-year-olds can run, what's stopping you from taking a 30-minute walk today? Seriously, think about it. Because Robert's vitality wasn't an accident. It was a result of conscious, consistent effort. And a big part of that was not just what he did, but what he absolutely refused to put in his body. Robert's lifestyle, simple, consistent, powerful. Unlike modern wellness influencers who promote complicated routines and overpriced supplements, Robert kept things extremely simple. He didn't count calories. He didn't follow keto or paleo or intermittent fasting. He simply ate whole, real food and stayed away from anything that came in plastic or had more than 5 ingredients. Here's what his day looked like. He never smoked, not once. He rarely drank alcohol, just the occasional glass of red wine on holidays. His diet was mostly plant-based, grains, fruits, legumes, and vegetables. His protein came from eggs, beans, and occasionally lean meat. During long rides, he'd sip on water with a spoonful of honey for a natural energy boost. He read books to keep his brain sharp and rarely watched TV, which he considered a waste of life. He stayed social, engaging with friends, neighbours, and younger cyclists regularly. Nothing fancy, just real food, daily movement, mental stimulation, and a sense of purpose. The 3 foods Robert Marchand never ate. Now here's the moment many of you have been waiting for. What were the 3 foods Robert never ate? Not once in his entire 109 years? Let's break them down. Food number 1, coffee. Shocking, right? In a world where billions of people start their day with a cup of coffee, Robert never drank it. Not a single cup. He believed that caffeine gave people false energy, a burst of alertness followed by a crash, often masked by another cup. Instead, he stayed hydrated with herbal teas and fruit-infused water, and fueled his mornings with fresh food and exercise. He didn't rely on stimulants. He relied on momentum. Food number 2, processed meats, bacon, sausages, deli cuts. Robert was incredibly cautious about the meat he consumed. He avoided bacon, sausages, cold cuts, and anything cured or preserved with nitrates. These processed meats have been linked to heart disease, colon cancer, and chronic inflammation. Modern science confirms it. A 2015 WHO report classified processed meats as a Group 1 carcinogen, the same category as tobacco. Robert didn't need studies. He trusted common sense and avoided anything with chemicals, preservatives, or mystery ingredients. Food number 3, fast food and fried junk. This might not surprise you, but it's worth emphasizing. Robert never ate fast food, not even once. He didn't go to McDonald's. He didn't snack on potato chips or packaged pastries. He didn't microwave frozen dinners or chug sugary sodas. All of his meals were made at home, from scratch, using seasonal ingredients. His kitchen was his medicine cabinet and his meals were his fuel. He believed that real food didn't come from a drive-through window or a plastic wrapper. And clearly, he was right. Bonus, why he aged. Backwards, doctors studying Robert were fascinated by one number in particular, his VO2 max. Most people lose this ability, the maximum amount of oxygen your body can utilize during exercise, as they age. It drops like a rock after 40, but not Robert. His VO2 max remained stable, and in some years it even improved. It was as if his body had forgotten how to age. Why? Because he moved every single day, ate 0 processed foods, slept like a monk, maintained strong social connections, had a reason to wake up every morning. It wasn't magic, it was momentum. His body didn't rust because it was never still. So let's recap. A man born in 1911 who never touched coffee, processed meat or fast food, lived to 109 years old and was cycling farther than most 20-year-olds. He didn't just slow aging, he outraced it. What does that tell us? That longevity isn't about luck, it's about lifestyle. That age is not what breaks us, our habits are. So here's the real question. What's aging you faster, your birthday or your breakfast? What will you do today? If Robert Marchand's story inspired you even half as much as it inspired us, click like, share this video, and send it to someone who believes it's too late to get healthy. Because Robert didn't even start cycling until age 67. That means if you're under 70, you're actually early. So now we want to hear from you. What's one food you're willing to give up, starting today, to add 10 years to your life? Drop your answer in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe, because in our next video, we're uncovering the morning routine of a 97-year-old woman who still runs marathons. Until next time, stay strong, stay sharp. And remember, age is just a number when your habits are right.